What's up, people? Your friend over here has had a rough start to 2023. That's all I'm gonna say. Hear my voice? Okay. First, I got the car thing happen, right? Then I got the sniffles from being out in that rain, and then it morphed into bronchitis. So I've been toe up for the last week. I don't even know what to say. I'm just happy that I know it's cold and flu season, and everybody's a ton of viruses going around and stuff. My doctor said, "Girl, there's like 8,000 million viruses." He was hilarious. He said, "There's like 8,000 million viruses going around, and it's just felling people left, right." And then he jumped up and he did like these karate moves. It was hilarious. So I had to laugh. But he said, "I've seen so many people with just one thing after another, and it's not COVID, it's not RSV or anything. It's just different things happening, and people are just sick." So I said, "Well, let me just take it on the chin like a G. You know how I'm gonna do it? I'm gonna do it like a G." And so, but I'm on the mend now. It's just, one of them things. You drink your tea and your chicken soup and you rest and you take NyQuil so you can sleep at night and DayQuil so you can breathe during the day. And then you just wait for your body to make it all better. So that's what's going on with me. So, excuse the congested sound in my voice. And we're going to do the best that we can. And my back is still kind of hurting. So I'm going to do as many letters as I can. If I cannot do all of them, let me see how many of them. There's only 23. If I can't do all of them, then I promise I will do the rest on Friday. I also put a poll up on the Facebook page. Shay, my girl. Hi, Shay. If I can't, there's a poll up on the YouTube page asking if you guys are ready for another one of those girl talk nights. Because actually, I have a lot to say. Because when I sit around and I don't really have anything to do, I get into my head, and that's just a dangerous place for me to be. Then I start thinking about all kind of stuff like, well, what if this? I wonder what they think about that, and why does this happen, and why do people act like this? So I have, like all these thoughts started coming to my head, and I wasn't well enough to make a video, but I do, have these thoughts in my head, so I thought I would share them with you. So you guys go and vote. If we get enough yes votes, if the yeses outweigh the no's, then we'll be here on Friday night. If the no's outweigh the yeses, because it's a holiday weekend, 3-day weekend, a lot of people are going to be going out of town. However, here in California, there's like rainstorms and ain't nobody trying to go nowhere because the roads are crazy. There's flooding everywhere. It's insane. So, it's snowing in San Francisco, Diana Prince said. I don't remember snowing in San Francisco since I was a kid. Because, it snowed enough that we went outside and made snowballs. That's how much it snowed, it's totally unusual. But I don't remember being snow flurries in San Francisco since then. But, there may have been. I just didn't hear about it. But, yeah. Oh, dang. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's kind of rough out here. So let's get started with these letters since, your friend over here may not last too much longer. Let's get started so we don't waste time. So we got 23 letters today. And let's see, the first one is from a young lady in the 35 to 41 age group. She says she's Latina from Fort Worth, Texas. Summary of issue: I was groped by my friend of 15 years husband at a party at their house, and I don't know how to proceed telling her about it. You know how many stories I heard about, like between Christmas and New Year's, of people doing foul, funky stuff and then saying that they were drunk, and that's why they did it. It's just a nightmare. Okay, so she says, "Hi there, Deb. I'm looking for some guidance on this because I'm feeling a little torn, and I'll explain why below. Earlier this year, I attended a party at my good friend's home for her dog's birthday. Let's call her Zoe. For background, Zoe and I have been good friends for 15 years and have never experienced any kind of falling out or drama in that entire time. I always tried to show up for her when she needed, and that included her dating and marrying her husband. Let's call him Tom. We are all in our mid-30s. They've been together for about 6 years and married for 3. Tom and I got along fine. However, when I started hanging around Zoe and Tom more when they bought their home 2 years ago, I noticed that Tom would make comments to me that were inappropriate regarding my boobage. Can you imagine your friend's husband saying stuff to you about that? Okay, let's see what she says. I would just brush it off, even though it made me uncomfortable, because I didn't want to cause issues with my friend and would just remove myself. Tom also made remarks about another friend of ours, Tina, so that isn't just an isolated incident. Okay, so Tom is a jerk, a disrespectful fool. So at the dog's birthday party, we're all drinking, having a good time, and the guy was saying at the time, let's call him Rick. Okay, girl, you got way too many people in this drama here. And Tom were in the kitchen and talking there, listening when all of a sudden Rick reaches over and tugs at my top. Out of instinct, I pulled my top up and pulled it up too much and exposed my boobage on an accident. I was horrified and immediately pulled my top down and asked him why he would touch my top. And as he was blaming me for not wearing a bra, Tom reached over and grabbed my boob. I pulled away and was so shocked that he touched me as was Rick. So Rick was her boyfriend now, keep it in mind. Tom is the girlfriend's husband. And I began to cry. Tom then proceeded to tell me that I had nice boobs and went outside to tell my friend Tina, who was there, what had happened. Tom then proceeded to find me alone, waiting for Tina to tell me I had nice, nips. And then Tina and I were leaving and proceeded to call me Big Boobs McGee. Here's the dilemma. I told Zoe what happened because she noticed I had withdrawn from our friendship. I explained exactly as I have above, and she was apologetic and told me that she spoke to Tom and he looks very remorseful and said he doesn't recall doing that and she's embarrassed for their marriage and that he made me feel uncomfortable. And she put that in quotes. She stated that we have been friends for so long that I wouldn't lie about something like this. I had blocked him on all social media. This is some serious. I had blocked him on all social media and had his number. And he proceeded to text me twice. The first text summed up essentially said that he was sorry. He doesn't remember doing anything like that. And that Zoe is over here crying because she doesn't want to lose my friendship. Then he texted me the next day and said that it would never happen again and that Zoe and I know him better than anyone. The thing is that I'm struggling with is that I was okay moving forward, that she has basically gone radio silent on at me since this and posted New Year's with him out at a bar with other friends laughing and loving all over Tom. I almost feel as though she really downplayed the gravity of the situation, and it makes me want to end the friendship instead of remaining friends, like I had expressed to her previously. Any advice will be greatly appreciated. I am really curious as to how you would have handled it, Deb. I'll tell you how I would have handled it. The first time he met you, okay, you said he was making inappropriate comments to you and your friend Tina, I think you said. That's when he would have got checked and cussed the fuck out. So all this other stuff that happened where just touching you and all stuff, none of that would have happened. Because soon as he said something inappropriate to me, I would have went smooth the fuck off on him in front of everybody, cussed him out, told him all about himself, and told him how he better stay away from me. Now, Tina, I would say, look, you need to get your motherfucking man in check here, bitch. Because if he ever says any shit like that to me, I'm going to clock him with the nearest blunt object. And if you say anything, then I'm going to clock you too. So what I'm thinking is probably the best thing for us to do is to never see each other again. That's the best thing. Because you have a disrespectful punk ass bitch for a man, and I'm not down with that shit. I cannot deal with no woman who would accept a man who's in her life, who treats her friends and family like this, and you just sit up there and still want to be with them. Fuck both of y'all. Now, that's what would happen with me. So this situation where you was at a dog birthday party and he touched your boot, none of that would have happened. And if it did, like say that was the first thing he did and he hadn't done the stuff before, I would have punched him. That's my natural inclination is to fight. Some people do, they flee, and some women freeze, and some women start going the fuck off with their fists and feet, and that's me. I'm gonna just turn into an ass kicking machine. And I've done it to boyfriends. I've done it to my oldest brother. It's just something I do. I just go crazy. So he would have got that, and that would have been that. And if the boyfriend didn't jump in and get some too, then I would have been through with him too. So you asking what I would do, that's how I would have handled it. One thing you not gonna do is put your hands on me and not suffer any repercussions. You're not gonna talk crazy to me, and then you're not definitely not gonna put your hands on me. So either one of them two, is gonna start this, and then if you touch me, it's gonna start this, and that's just the way it is. Yeah, he's giving her the test, and she didn't pass because I just let it go. You don't never let shit go with men. Never. You never let them get away with a trick. Not one. They say something, anything stupid, foul, or funky, you be like, whoa, 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 whoa. What the fuck did you just say to me? And then you make them repeat it. Now the smart ones know that they did something wrong and they're gonna say, oh, never mind, and they'll drop it. But the stupid ones will repeat it. And with this leer, like it's funny. Like you're supposed to be okay with it. And that's when I go boop, 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 and just clock them right quick. And they don't expect that. A lot of women will just start to cry or, this. No, I'm going to punch the fuck out of you. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to punch you right in your mouth or right in your eye. Either one. And then don't get jiggy because I carry a stun gun. If you try to reach for me, I'm going to drop your ass with a 90,000 volts. That's what's going to happen next. So you better just take it like a G. Know that you ran your mouth a little bit too much and just accept it and just go on down the road somewhere with your bruise. That's what you better do. The next thing you'll be waking up in the fucking emergency room. I'm not playing with these dudes anymore. 2022 was enough, and 2023 is starting off bad too. I just can't with these people. So yeah, that's what I suggest. That's how I would have handled it. I don't think you did this very well. Okay. So he was feeling just way too bold because you never checked him. You never told him to stop. You never told her. You never said shit. You just held it in. And that's the shit that lets them think that you think it's okay or you was too stupid to catch it. So you all stop being so fucking timid. It drives me crazy when women are like this. It just drives me nuts. Let's move. That was just question number one. My heart's already racing. I'm already pissed. Where's my wine? I bought some today. Oh, here it is. Look at me moving around so much. I spilled some. Damn it. Question number two. This is on a young man in the 22 to 27 age group. He's Asian, out of Seattle, Washington, and his partner is a female in the 22 to 27 age group, and she's white. Summary of issue. My girlfriend, she's talking about how she loves, and he put all these O's in it, loves spending time with her close male friends during our conversations and dates. Oh, she's stupid. I mean, Deb, she goes on and on about how they spend time hanging out, video chats, etc. I sometimes don't feel comfortable, but I have never confronted her about it. That's shit. And the fact that you sit up there and fucking take it, you just a wimp. Thank you, Silver Screen girl. Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's gonna go into my hen fund. I need something stronger than wine, but since I'm still sick, I'm just gonna have wine for now. But anyway, let me get back to this letter. Okay, so is this normal behavior? No. Oh, that's the end of the letter? Okay, wait, hold on. Let me just go back to this. I thought it was gonna continue. That's not normal. What she's trying to do is get a rise out of you. And she's trying to make you jealous and feel insecure, like, she's just so damn popular and she's so popping and so such a demand and all this kind of stuff. What you need to do is call on your ancient Asian ancestors, like the Manchurians or something, and just get your warlord on, okay? And you need to rise up on her ass and say, look, bitch, who you think want to hear about some motherfucker all the goddamn time? You low self-esteem hoe? You sitting up there talking about these other motherfuckers, if they so exciting and wonderful, shit, then go over there with them. I shouldn't be spending my money taking your ass out on dates and trying to look at you and all this stuff when you want to be with somebody else. Get the fuck out. That's what you should say to her. I don't understand why you guys are so nice when you get treated like so disrespectfully by these cows. I just don't understand it. There's no reason in the world why a woman would talk to you, even, okay, like she might be mentioning some stuff about work and, one of the guys are like, that she was married before or she got kids by some dude and he's giving her drama, they go in the court or something like that. Okay, well then, that would be a natural part of the conversation. Just to be bringing up some random motherfucking dudes all the time and talking about all the good times she has with them, bitch, take your ass over there. That's what you need to do. Get the fuck up, get the fuck out, and go over there. That's what you need to do. So why you taking this, sir? You're basically letting her disrespect you over and over and over again. It's nice that you wrote me because you obviously didn't know what to do and you're young. You're only 22 to 27. You haven't probably had much, dating experience with cows like this. But a woman who does this kind of stuff has extremely low self-esteem, and she's trying to make herself feel better and thinking that she's in such demand and letting you know that other men want her, and that's why she's doing this. When a woman is truly confident in her ability to get men or do anything in her life, she don't need to brag about it and bring other people into it because you guys would be on a date and other dudes would be giving her the eye. When you went to the bathroom, other dudes would be sliding up to her trying to holler. That's how you know a chick really got it going on. You got somebody who want to tell you that got it going on. They don't really have nothing happening. She's just a wannabe. She's stupid. You should dump her. Question number 3. This is a female in the 22 to 20. Why am I irritated? I think because I don't feel good. I don't feel good. And I'm just like in a bad mood already. Female 22 to 27. She's African American from Virginia. The male in question is 22 to 27. He's also Black. Summary of issue. Thank you, Shay, thanks, Sliver. I'm sorry. I'm just, it's such. Summary of issue. What to do in a long distance relationship. You don't do long distance relationships. End of discussion. But anyway, let's see what she says. So, thank you for choosing my letter. I have recently rekindled my relationship with my high school sweetheart. I'm 23 and he's 24. We had broken up because I moved to another country and I just couldn't stand the distance between us. He's the only guy who's never been toxic to me. We had a healthy relationship. The long distance was the only issue. We still love each other and we have so much in common. When I talk to him, I feel at peace. He's everything I ever wanted in a guy and more. He wanted us to get back together, but I don't want to be in a long distance relationship. He's even planning to move close to me by the end of next year. I told him about how I struggle with long distances between us. He said that we can take it slow and there's no reason to rush to jump into a relationship. He's willing for us to be friends right now. Before we reconnected, I was out here living my best life and not trying to be in a relationship. However, a part of me wants one with him. He's a great guy and we're very compatible. My heart wants a relationship with him, but my mind knows I cannot handle long distance relationships, and I'm not trying to date anyone right now. Is it okay if we can be friends for right now until he moves closer to me to start the relationship? Is that selfish? How do I handle jealousy if he dates other girls in the meantime, since we technically won't yet be in a relationship? Please help me with this. Thanks, Auntie Deb. You don't worry about this. Okay, first of all, I don't believe in long distance relationships. I don't know what the hell that shit is. If I can't get to you in 20, 30 minutes, okay, considering the growth in the Bay Area, let's just say 40 minutes. I have to expand my time frame because traffic is bad again. Now that COVID has got people going back into the offices. So let's say 40 minutes. If I can't get to you in 40 minutes, you can't get to me in 40 minutes, then that's too long. That's just geographically undesirable. That's what I call it. That means you too far away. I'm not getting on a plane to see you. I'm not driving for hours and hours to see you. I'm not doing that. I'm not taking a train, a boat, a plane. No, I'm not doing none of that. Okay. You got to be able to get to me by vehicle, bus, Uber, something in 40 minutes or less. Otherwise, you're outside my geographic interest area. So you people that want to do these long distance things, I don't know what that's all about. That's like pen pals or something to me. So in my mind, a woman who ties up her free dating time, because, we got jobs, people in school. I mean, some people have kids, young children at your age. I mean, I don't know what's going on in your life, but people have other obligations and responsibilities. So your free time to actually date is very limited. So you have to pick who you're going to spend that time on. You just don't have a lot of it. And so to spend it on somebody that you can't see, you can't touch, you can't hold hands with, you can't kiss, you can't get busy with, you can't snuggle and poke them with your cold feet at night. I love to do that. Then it's like, what is the point of that? They're not going to be there to go grocery shopping with you. They're not going to be there to cook dinner with you. They're not going to be there to watch movies with you while you guys eat popcorn and snuggle on the couch. There's no relationship except what you make up in your mind, right? There's nothing there. It's all a fantasy. being on Zoom and stuff like that. See, to me, people who like to be in long distance relationships have problems with intimacy. Just the same way with women who date, pent convicts. You get to have the fantasy of a relationship, but you don't have to really do the day-to-day work. It's all romance and flowers and, wishes and hopes and dreams. So it's highly romantic for those type of women. And there's no real day-to-day grunge work that you have to do, negotiating, compromising, working stuff out, maybe little fights and little tiffs here and there. It's not like a real couple at all. So to me, long distance relationships are a waste of time. It's nothing. It's just a fantasy and it's a joke. So you asking me advice on that, I'm gonna tell you to leave it alone. If he decides to move near you and you still single, then go out with him and see what's happening. But you should leave this alone and date local talent. That's what I call it. Local talent. Local talent. Yes, Jay. When you don't have nothing to do but lay in the bed and feel sorry for yourself, you start coming up. Your brain starts working again. See how rested I am? I don't even have bags today. All I did was sleep. NyQuil, honey. NyQuil is a wonderful thing. I never took it before last week. But I tell you, I've been wearing that stuff out. Let's move on. Question number 4. Female in 35 to 41 age group. She's white from Fayetteville, North Carolina. I wonder where that is. Summary of issue. My family thinks I can do better than this guy. If they think so, then that's probably the case. I'm 37 and my family met my boyfriend. He's 33. Wait, you got a younger dude in his 30s? For the first time over Christmas and we're not impressed. I will admit he didn't make a great first impression. He was late and left to go get a pack of smokes. He isn't used to a lot of people and was kind of uncomfortable. I suspect he has a bit of social anxiety. But now they're saying I can do better, and it's hard to get them to see the wonderful person that he is. He has treated me better than anyone I've ever dated and loves me unconditionally. They think he doesn't make enough to support me if I get sick. I'm bipolar and think he has no ambition. Any advice? Well, are they right? I noticed you didn't say anything to defend him. You just said what they said. Now, see, if it were me and they said my family was, he was late, I would have said, well, and he was late because. And he left to get a pack of smokes. Well, I don't know. I'm not down on date smokers. You suspect he has social anxiety. How's that going to work in life? They say that he doesn't make enough money to support you if you get sick. Were you talking about getting married to him? That would be the only reason that would be an appropriate, statement and assessment to make. I mean, you just date the dude. It's not his job to support you and make money to support you. And then you think he has no ambition. Well, is that true? See, you left all those, you didn't answer any of the questions or respond to any of the statements that they made. So you just leaving me to say, yeah, girl, it's all right. Just ignore. I'm not going to do that. Because if they were the ones that there and they're responsible family that loves and supports you through all this mental health stuff that you got going on, then they know what you need. Probably better than you do. And if they say that he's a chump, well, then I'm going to I'm leaning in their direction. All of them can't be wrong. It's only you that's saying that it's not the case. So I'm going with the majority, and they say he's a clown. So my vote is he's a clown. There you go. Don't you think so, Shay? You know what I mean? You got like 11 people looking at somebody that you bring to the house, and they all say the same thing about him, and you're the only one that's saying something different, and you admit that you have a mental health issue, so you probably not really judging too well. Yo, shit's kind of raggedy. You know what I mean? That's Shay's answer, right? Shay put up the clown face. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to go with the majority, and if they say he's a clown, then he's a clown. Shay say he's a clown, so there you go. The 2 out of the 3 people running this channel say that he's a clown, so that's the majority rule, so he a clown. I don't know where that damn Candace went. Okay, so let's move on to question number 5. This is a female in the 28 to 34 age group. She says she's mixed race from the UK. Summary of issue. How do you define a relationship? Oh God, I hate these like philosophical questions. Situation in short is this: long-term relationship, expecting a child together. We broke up early in the pregnancy, however, both have wanted to work things out. I would say the male has done most of the chasing though. And for most of the pregnancy, it's only been a couple of weeks here and there where there's been no communication. They have continued to speak mostly every day, spend time together in public and in private, have been sleeping together the entire time. But you broke up? For the most part, not much has changed from them being an quote official couple. However, the female moved back into her own house, so there is less time spent together overall. As time has gone on, whenever the female has queried certain things, such as plans to do when the baby's born, etc., the response of the male is that this is unfair, as quote, we haven't been in a relationship since X date, and quote, I've never asked you to be my girlfriend again, and you've never asked me to be your boyfriend, end quote. Female feels this is wrong, as although neither have officially asked each other to be boyfriend girlfriend or back together, she feels they have carried on a relationship as such, albeit an on and off one, but it is still an ongoing relationship. Of course, she isn't trying to force him into a relationship now and has backed off giving him the benefits of such relationship that he claims isn't one. However, she finds his definition quite juvenile. Wondering what your view is on this, Deb. I'm wondering what the fuck you got pregnant by some man that wasn't your husband, that you had an on and off relationship with for. I'm trying to figure that part out. Shit was raggedy. And then you let yourself get pregnant by some raggedy fool. Then you broke up, and then you're gonna still give him all the benefits of the relationship. At least you woke up on that part. But your job right now is not to worry about him. Your job is to worry about that baby that you decided to have. Like, what you gonna do? Where you gonna live? What the baby gonna eat? What about daycare? How you gonna work? Insurance stuff. Diapers, formula, nursing, medical care, stuff like that. Educational costs. What you gonna do? Is he gonna pay child support? Is he gonna be in the kid's life, or he gonna deuce out? These are the kind of things that you need to be focused on instead of this dusty bomb. So, I circle right back around to this is a problem that you didn't have to have. You created this drama for yourself by not keeping up with your birth control. So now you sitting up here, you done made this 18-year problem being stupid. I'm not even going to mince my words. There's nothing about this that makes a lick of sense. You pregnant and y'all already broke up. At least some people wait until the baby's a couple of years old, then they break up. But you still pregnant and y'all already broke up. So what chance does this kid have to be in a normal relationship with his father? You picked a piss poor knucklehead for the father kid fly, and then you want to write me with all this bullshit that you created for yourself, asking you what you should do? That's my view. Okay, you were stupid. You made stupid decisions, and now you're gonna have a stupid baby by a stupid fool. That's what's happening to you. Okay, so you figure this all out. Stop thinking about him and start focusing on what your future is about to be. Okay, you need to get your ducks in a row. If you don't have no money, then you get down there and get on whatever they have, wherever you are, to help you with this kid. Man, I just don't understand it. I don't know. Because girl, Kristen, this is that new stuff. Them letters. I told Candace, if anybody sends in these letters, instead of saying he and she, and they say they, don't even put them in the column. I don't want to hear it, because that's this new shit where they want everybody's a they or a them instead of he or she. If you're a man and you talking about a woman, this is she, and you're a he. It's not a they. They is plural of people. Okay, unless you talking about another couple, it's not they. 3 or 4, 10 people, it's not a they. Okay, I don't know what kind of new way they trying to change the English language to fit this new narrative, but I'm not down with it. So I'm not saying people can't do it. I'm just saying they can't do it in my column. I don't want to be bothered. So anybody say you go to send in a letter to the advice column, don't you do that, because your letter will never ever be read on this channel ever. If you want to send in a letter, by the way, look in the show description down below, or navigate to Debsterism.com. Debster, the same name as this channel, Debsterism.com, and you'll see the advice submission form right on the webpage. So let's move on to question number 6. This is a young lady in the 28 to 34 age group. She's white from Los Angeles, California. Summary of issue. Is it normal or is for someone you just started talking to talk about, oh, says the majority of the time? Yes, if you have a dusty. Oh, this sounds interesting. Especially for her to be 28 to 34, just asking, is that normal? That's kind of old. Yes, thanks, Shay. I met somebody 11 days ago, and all it seems he's interested in is sleeping with me. He talks about what he wants to do to me and how sassy I am, etc. Pretty much all the time. I like to talk about other things. He says this is normal and supposed to be hot and heavy in the beginning. I'm wanting some opinions. He knows I want a real relationship with longevity and goals. I told him this is the time we use to get to know each other. Please help. Girl, why are you this old and you don't know how to like block somebody on your phone or on whatever site you met them on? What is going on with you that you don't know this? If a man starts trying to go all up under your clothes as soon as you meet him, he's not interested in you, not in as a person. You're just a vehicle for him to have a good time. The fact that he's so uncouth that he can't even hold it in and pretend to be interested in something else. He's just like a rabid wolf. Then you just say, oh, well, I can see that we're on two completely different pages and two completely different books. Lose my number. Fuck you. Goodbye. And then you block him. You don't entertain men like this. That conversation, the second he sits, see, this is the part that drives me crazy about these young. Well, she's not even that young. But these women who do tolerate this shit. The first time a man disrespects you, you dip out. You cut him, you drop him, you whatever the word is that you like to use. You don't entertain him. You don't go out with him. You don't continue to call him. You don't let him call you. You don't text him. You don't continue the conversation. You don't continue to date. Whatever's going on with him, the second he disrespects you, you cease to acknowledge, you cease to interact with him. He is dead to you. Okay. And so many of you, I don't know this stuff. Well, every time we talk, that should have been over the first time. There shouldn't have been a second conversation. You already know he's an idiot. So you know he's stupid. What are you doing talking to him? You already know he's on some bullshit. And you're not down with it. So why do you keep talking to him? Do you think he's gonna magically change into something else? What's going on here? This is what frustrates me so much. Yeah, not only is he boring, but it's just stupid. Just like, what are you, 12? That's what I would have said to him. You just act like a horny teenager. You're so uncouth and boring. I got to go. Lose my number. That's my favorite thing. I tell dudes to lose my number in a minute. But these days, you don't even have to tell them to lose your number because you just block them. Whether they want to lose it or not, they still not calling me. I hold the key there. I hold that power. These guys are just so gross and disgusting. I don't know. I mean, it's just like, they're not even players when they do this, because players, okay, at least the players from my era have more smoother. They don't come right out with it like that. They're not so blatant. They finesse the panties. They, get you in a different mindset. They're just, I don't know. It's different. So that by the time you do give it up, you be happy to do it because they just so smooth with it. These guys like this are like kids, Oh, I want candy. Can I have candy? I want candy. They're just so ugh. So it's like there's nothing of interest to a woman who's looking for a dude that's going to give more. It's just nothing there. It's just real raw and just uncouth. It's like sewage, untreated sewage. It has a stench to it. Whereas the players, I mean, it's still sewage, but at least it don't stink. You know what I mean? So I don't know. These kind of dudes, they really need to look at some old school player movies or something and get some tips. This is terrible. Let's move on. Question number 7. This is a male in the 22 to 27 age group. My nose is so congested. 22 to 27 age group from Plymouth. He's in the UK. Summary of issue: can I date with anxiety? Hey, ladies, hope you are all well. I'm a 25-year-old man. I'm studying to become a dietitian, and I'm also a recording artist, a rapper, and a singer. Hmm. Most of my life is good except for one thing. I deal with anxiety pretty bad, and it has always been a struggle. I hit the gym and meditate to try and fight it. I'm a very disciplined and loving person, but it has been a while since I have dated. Sometimes I wonder if it's because of my anxiety. I know deep down no one cares about more problems. You're right. And as a man, it is my duty to figure out solutions to my problems. I kind of want to date again, but I just want to find someone I will vibe with. Since I'm in college and a lot of girls are younger, they just don't want anything serious. Unfortunately, a large majority of this new generation loves toxicity and sleeping around. I'm not saying that is everyone in college, and I'm not judging. I've been there and done that. Time for something serious. I love the gym, music, and I'm into spirituality, meditation. Okay, so what is this? Like a pickup letter? What? What are you asking me? If you can date, oh, that's right. I forgot. Summary of issue. Can I date with anxiety? Yeah. I mean, hopefully you get some lithium or something to handle that, but I know a lot of people that have anxiety that date. I wouldn't do it, but there's somebody out there that's gonna love you. It just wouldn't be me. But I just can't do emotional problems and mental problems and stuff like that. I don't have the patience for it. As soon as somebody starts talking about they depressed, I'm like, oh God, I gotta go. I don't want to be bothered. And they like, I have this, I bipolar, I have all these things going on. I just don't want to be bothered with you. I mean, I'm sure there's someone out there that will love you, but it's going to be somewhere body over there. It's not going to be over here. And that's just, I'm not saying you unlovable, but you're just not going to be loved by me. That's just the way it is. So, what age group are you again? Hold on a second. 22 to 27. I mean, look at older women. It's like you 20, women like 30 and see, 30, 31, something like that, and see what's going on with them. Because it sounds like, you're in a different place. You just need to manage your mental health issue. And I'm thinking, a lot of people manage it with, they have the assistance of drugs and therapy, and it seems to really work for them. So you might want to investigate that. See how that works for you. I had a client and she had lithium, and man, I could tell when she came in and she was not on, she had forgotten her pills. Woo! She was like, her hair was standing on end and stuff. She would just be out of control. And one time she came rushing up to me and she was like trying to call herself, yelling at me or something. I forgot what happened, why she was going off. I forgot something happened. And she called herself going to be trying to yell at me in the gym. I said, look here, chick, you must have forgot who you talking to. I will drop you as a client right here, right now. You better check your attitude and check your voice level when you're talking to me. I'm not accepting this shit. And I said it right there in the gym. This was when I was at Club One in Oakland. People who used to know that club know that fitness floor up there. And everybody's head was turned. Because I usually was, like let my clients, we laughing and joking and stuff. I had never raised my voice to any of my clients. That was the first and last time I had to do that. But I just had to let her know. And it don't look good. You got some little white girl. I mean, she's cool. We still cool to this day. But it's like, she just had to understand we ain't doing that. We're not doing that. We might do something else, but we're not doing that. And you definitely not gonna do it right here on my job in front of all these people. We're not gonna do that. You're not gonna disrespect me like that. So I told her about herself, and then she's like, well, I want my session. I said, no, your session is canceled. Take your ass on somewhere. I'll see you next week. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to see you today because I don't like how you approach me. And I had, as a trainer, you have the right to do that. I didn't charge her for it because she did show up. I couldn't charge her, but I still didn't train her because I was too mad. And I know it wouldn't have been a good session for either one of us because she was all, I'm telling you, her hair was like standing on end. She was like out of control. And I knew so I sent her ass away. When she came back, she was contrite and brought me a nice bottle of wine. I'm like, okay, then. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, I don't know. People just get a little crazy sometimes. But that's why I just need you to be regular. I'm not the one. I don't have that kind of patience. So that's my suggestion for you, sir. Get you to a doctor, get you something to control that bipolarism, and then try to look at older women. Question number 8, male 22 to 27. He's white from Boston, and it's talking about another male in the 22 to 27. Oh, what? Summary of issues. Should I tell my housemate's girlfriend that he's cheating on her while she's here visiting him? I own a house in the US I inherited from an uncle, and I've been renting a room in it to a student from France that's here for an internship for about 4 months. He has 2 months left before he returns to France. Since coming to the US, he's met a girl that he calls his girlfriend and frequently spends time with her and sleeps with at my house. She and I have interacted a few times, but we're not really closer at all. The other day, though, he pulled up in the driveway with a girl from Ireland that he also introduced as his girlfriend. He mentioned to me that when he first moved in that he was seeing someone from Ireland, but I figured that he broke it off with her when he first met the girl from the US. The student asked me if it was okay that he have his American girlfriend's cat stay with us for a week or so while she's on vacation. I said sure, but the day that it was supposed to be dropped off, he said that she had found another place to keep it. This seems sudden and happened to coincide with this Irish girl showing up. So I'm wondering if he's trying to juggle two girls at once. This whole thing is grimy, and I usually stay out of other folks' business, but I feel terrible if this girl came halfway around the world to visit a guy that's been cheating on her since he moved here. I'm moving myself across country tomorrow, and I really want to avoid getting on my tenant's bad side while he's living here. What should I do? Keep your damn mouth closed, because ain't none of your business. None of your business, sir. Keep your mouth closed. Get on your plane. Go where you going. You don't know nothing. You been it. You ain't in it. And all of that. Okay. What some other man does with his women and his Johnson is not your concern. Okay. He's not married. Now, if he were married and he was cheating on his wife, well, then I could see where you would be like upset and moralistic and thinking, she's being wronged because that's his wife, right? They've taken vows. They're legally and spiritually supposed to be connected and to each other. But they did it just girlfriends. See, and in Deborah's book, when you're a girlfriend, a boyfriend situation, you're still single and you can do whatever the hell you want to. That's my rule. That's the rule I follow on this channel. A lot of people say, no, so-and-so's taken. Well, yeah, but they haven't walked down the aisle. They haven't signed any marriage license. They're still single. Even while you're walking down the aisle, here's the pastor up there in the front and everything like that, you're still single. Remember that movie Runaway Bride? How she make them tight U's and jet out them churches? She was able to do that because she was still single. So I don't have those kind of judgments and stuff, those morals and values where if you dating somebody, you calling yourself girlfriend, boyfriend, that you can't go out with somebody else and call them your girlfriend, boyfriend either. You know why I don't have that? Because it doesn't matter. People gonna do what they're gonna do anyway. So you try to hold them to some kind of standard like they're married and they're not. Well, guess whose face is gonna get cracked? It's not gonna be mine. Because I already know that they're single. I'm not gonna hold them to any standard like they're married, because they're not. So in this situation, by my standards, he hasn't done anything wrong. By yours, evidently he has. But I'm still telling you, stay out of it. He's rented a room from you. That's your only involvement in this chap's life. As long as he pays his rent on time and any other bills he's agreed to pay, power or whatever, then that's the extent of it. If he ain't paying, well, then yeah, you have something to say. But it's still not gonna be nothing about who he brings in there and calls his girlfriend, because that's your business. Okay? Get you some. Question number 9. This is a female in the 28 to 34 age group. Oh man, I want to cough so bad, but I'm holding it in. Female in the 28 to 34 age group. She's Black from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Summary of issue: engagement ring expectations. Oh, this ought to be interesting. Wait, I need a swig on this one. Let's see what he's talking about. I have been engaged for 2 months. I hate to admit it, but when I saw the ring, my immediate feeling was disappointment. It looked cheap, like costume jewelry, and was not what I expected. I'm not a jewelry wearer in general, so my expectations about a ring were kind of low. I tried the ring on and it was a bit big. He said he would get it resized for me. So 2 months has gone by past and no mention of the ring or fixing it. Out of curiosity today, I researched the hallmark on the ring. It says sterling silver cubic zirconia. Wow. Some stuff like I bought my daughter when she graduated from high school. I know an engagement is not about money, but I know he can afford so much more and is extravagant in his own spending on himself. Am I entitled to feel disappointed or should the ring price matter? No, you should give him that cheap shit back. Dime store crackerjack ass ring. I know a lot of people are like, and a lot of women, because we've had this discussion before. It's not the ring, it's the feeling, it's the intent. No, 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 no. It's a matter of, okay, every man who I know who really want, like my brothers and stuff, my uncles, and every man who valued his woman, the ring, even my own husband, the ring that they give you when they ask you to be their wife, it's meaningful to them. They want it to be the best that they can get. Now, it's going to vary depending on how a dude's balling. You know what I mean? That's going to vary. But ain't nobody showing up with less than like at least half a carat, and it's going to be real. Most of the dudes, going for at least 1 carat or more. So, and they're going to find out like by asking your friends and stuff what shape you like. Do you like the teardrop? Do you like the diamond? Do you prefer squared or oval? I mean, they're going to ask, try to get an idea of what your taste is. They figure out what ring sizes you wear. They're going to figure out what's going to work for you and what you're going to like. And then they spend a lot of time figuring out, saving up their money, and then, picking the exact perfect ring and setting up the proposal because they want it to be memorable and exciting and happy experience for you. That's when a man really cares. When they don't, they're going to go get you some shit at Walmart. And dumb women are going to accept it. Don't give me that. The girl, 99, 29. They had them, remember them $49, $29 rings that was going around there on sale? But, a lot of people are like, well, but it's the thought. No, 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 no. It's basically setting a precedent. If you got a guy who feels like he can get you for $29.99 and you accept that, it shows he doesn't really value you. I'm not saying he got to go out and spend $30,000. I'm not saying that either. Like I said, I want to repeat this. It's going to depend on his budget. Okay. But you got a guy working full time. You've been dating him 2 or 3 years. He knew somewhere early in there that he wanted to marry you. He's supposed to start saving for the ring. Okay. He's supposed to start saving for that. He's not supposed to go and get you some $20 ring from the gumball machine. No. I would politely give him that back and say, I don't want to be married to a man who would think that it's okay to give me a cubic zirconia engagement ring and have me embarrassing myself walking around showing somebody $100 engagement ring. I'm not going to do that. I'm worth more than that. And it's not like I'm tying my value to the ring. I'm saying I'm worth more than that to a man that's going to show that he really cares and loves me and that this is an investment in me for our future. I want to show everybody that this woman is important to me. This ring is making me stake in my claim. This is the future I have set out for us. And this is how it's going to go. Now, some guys don't give an engagement ring. And they just give, like playing wedding bands, and both couples exchange wedding bands. That works too. People have like platinum wedding bands or have them engraved with diamonds in them or whatever they're going to do. But it just depends. Like I said, it depends on the couple. But if he's going to give you a diamond engagement ring, it better be a diamond. And it better be looking like something. And it better not be some shit that came out. Yeah, it ain't Crackerjack box. Don't do that. Please. I wish I would. He would have that ring thrown in his face. Question number 10. This is a female in the 22 to 27 age group. She's white from San Jose, California. Summary of issue. Am I right to be angry that he was constantly checking his phone on our first date? I went on a date with a guy and he kept checking his phone all the time. Even when I was talking, I thought it was extremely rude. I can understand if there's an emergency and you need to take a call, but texting and checking the phone all the time? Am I overreacting here? Also, I drove 2 hours for the date. Seriously, if you want to be on Facebook, stay home and Don't waste my time. Okay, first of all, why would you go drive 2 hours for a date? Why would you do that? Let's start there. Why would you do that? Think about why you would do that. I'm not driving 20 minutes, I'm telling you. You come to me if you want to see me that bad. Okay, let's do this first. That was the first mistake you made. Then, second is by the time he was on the phone, you're talking and he got on the phone the first time, you say, look, do you want to be on a date or do you want to be on the phone? You can't do both at the same time. Would say that. And so then, depending upon his answer, I would get up and I would drive my 20 minutes, well, for you 2 hours back home. And then that would be the end of that. I'm not going to stay there and subject myself to that. The whole point of getting on a date is because you're supposed to be trying to get to know each other to see if there's space and time for something, deeper. He wasn't trying to even give you the time for the date. And you stayed and let yourself be disrespected that whole time. See, I don't understand. Is it just me? You guys, is it me? Is it me? Do I have are my standards about respect way too high or something? Because I see all the stuff here. I just wouldn't take this. I would be so up and out and just well, look, let me just leave you here so you can finish texting whoever you trying to text and all the stuff you're trying to do. Because obviously that's more important to you than trying to talk to me. So I'm going to just leave now. And I would get up and go. Yeah, I mean, I'm not driving no 2 hours. I'm just not going to do it. Shoot, I don't even want to commute to a job 2 hours. I refuse. The people have, do these little contracts and stuff. And they'd be like, oh, we want you to come to our office. I'm like, well, where are you at? You get on Google Maps and they'd be talking about us a 3-hour trip. Oh, hell no, I'm not coming. You need to find somebody else that's closer. Yeah, I'm not doing that. But women have different standards than me. Like I said, I just like, is it me? Am I the problem? Wow. Let's move on. Question 11, female 22 to 27. She's from Birmingham, Alabama. Summary of issue. A random girl in a restaurant suddenly claimed that my boyfriend was asking for her number in the restroom. Of course, I asked him about it, but he's denying it and saying that he didn't even talk to a single person there. I've never seen anything in him, so I can doubt on him. He's very caring and shows his love and affection in every possible way. I have free access to his phone, laptop, and everything, even his bank account. Now I'm very confused why the girl would lie, and I cannot digest the fact that even he can cheat. Whenever he's online, he talks only with me. At night, he studies with me. If someone has any intention of cheating, it can be felt by their instinct. He is leaving no stones behind to make me believe that the girl is lying. He didn't even ask for anyone's number. What should I do? If he did, is it likely for a boy to ask a random girl's number? Should I break up with him? I wouldn't break up with him based on the claims of some random person with no proof. Let me tell you how this goes. Okay, so somebody sees your man, because this has happened. It wasn't about a number, but they came up with some other stuff. And when I go to places I know people in the room, I might not, you kind of do that head thing like that. I'm not going to necessarily go up and talk to them, but I know people and kind of an unwritten, we going to check out what's going on with you and your dude. Okay, that kind of situation. So this is how I knew that what happened was a lie. So I'm gonna tell you that, then I'm gonna give you this answer. I'm gonna give you this example of bitch shit. Okay, so I'm with my husband at this party. We weren't married yet though. We were at this party and downtown Oakland, some hotel. And we're sitting at the table and everything. And I saw these girls looking at him. The dude was fine. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna get married if you ain't looking like something. So I get up to go to the bathroom, and these girls come in the bathroom where I am, and they're like, "Oh, that dude that you're with," because they didn't know what, we were just talking. We wasn't hugged up or nothing, so they didn't know that what our situation was. They're like, oh, that dude that you're with, he was trying to holler at me. I said, oh, what does that mean? What do you mean holler at you? Well, he was trying to get my number and all this. So he was trying to talk to me and ask me about myself and stuff. I said, oh, when did that happen? Well, it was a few minutes ago when you were doing this. And there was, it was a time when I was across the room. They had like a buffet table and I was getting myself some food. So I said, oh, really? Wow, that's kind of messed up. So I said, well, did you give it to him? That's the part I want to know. Did you give it to him? Well, no, because I saw that he was with you, but I just want you to know, sister, I'm just trying to be on the sister tip. I'm like, okay. So now what she didn't know was that even like I said, even though I hadn't really been up in these people's faces, I knew there was about 6 or 7 people in there that I knew. So I slide up to one of them. He was also getting his food. I said, I just heard something real interesting in the restaurant. Now, while I was getting my food, you were sitting right over there. Did you see, Hubs go up and talk to anybody? He said, no, he was sitting there at the table laughing and running his mouth. He didn't even get up. I'm like, okay. So you see what I mean? Sometimes you have people that want your man. And so what they're going to try to do is create drama and, spit shit so that causes a scene. I mean, some of them just get off on the fact that that you went up to him and started fighting with him or something, arguing with him or something and had a tiff. They just love to see that part because they can know that they can manipulate you. Others really want you guys to break up so they can feel like they have a chance. Now, it's not like he would necessarily choose them if you did break up, but that's the way it is in their mind. Like if you're out of the picture, then they're going to get with them. But it's like he didn't pick you before, so chances are he might pick somebody else, but it ain't gonna be you. But they don't think like that. So that's why I caution you, unless you have solid proof and you witnessed it or a close friend or family member witnessed something, don't necessarily fall for this kind of stuff. You don't know this woman. There's no reason for you to trust what she says over what your dude says when there's no evidence. So see, I went looking for evidence because I wanted to know. And they're like, what the fuck? No, dude was sitting there and laughing and talking all kind of shit at the table and waiting for you to get back. I'm like, that's what I thought. You know what I mean? Because he looked like he was in the exact same place when I came back. It was about 10 minutes. But, people can get up and go sit back down. You know what I mean? I didn't know. And so, but I just verified that. Then I said, okay. And then that was it. I dropped it. I never gave it a second thought. Never told him, never mentioned anything. But I could see them women over there looking, waiting for the fireworks. There was none. Because I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. That's the kind of shit that I'm telling you. That when you dealing with bitches and you got a fine man, and the same thing with dudes. If you got a really good looking woman, people are going to come at you with stupid shit. It happens. They're going to try to accuse you of all kind of stuff because they want to break you up or cause a problem in your relationships because they feel like they can get at you. So you be careful about, I'm glad you wrote, but this is the kind of thing that you need to learn now as a young girl in your 22 to 27 age group. Don't believe bitches unless you have some proof. Okay. And it's easy enough to get proof if they're really doing something because men are not good at covering their tracks. Okay. They're not good at it. Question number 12, female 28 to 34 from Knoxville, Tennessee. Summary of issue. I was dumped on New Year's. Oh, I've been dating my partner for 9 months. He wanted me to be more present in his family gatherings, and I thought I was just doing that. Even spending time on Christmas with them. After taking a private trip together this past weekend, I changed our New Year's Eve plan on him and told him that I would be spending it with my family instead of his. This led to him breaking up with me. When I tried to help him understand that this wasn't worth losing our relationship over, he brought up a lot of things from the past that he didn't like, small comments and such. I'm completely blindsided because I thought we were inseparable and we rarely fought. Today is our second day apart and he blocked me on all socials and my number as well. I know I should just move on, but is it hopeless to expect some sort of resolution once the dust settles? I don't think any of our issues were worth becoming total strangers in the span of a day. Well, what you did was rather rude, don't you think? If you spent Christmas with him, then you should have told him at Christmas, well, I'm going to spend New Year's with my family. But what you should have done was spent New Year's with him and spent Christmas with your family. That's what you should have done. And because New Year's is more of a singles, party type thing than Christmas is more family oriented. So you did shit backwards. That's what you did. You could have spent Christmas Eve with him and then Christmas Day with your family or vice versa. And then New Year's Eve with him. That's what you should have done. But whatever way he felt, I mean, he was all in his feelings because you switched up on him and left him by himself on New Year's. So you shouldn't have done that. That you don't do that. So whatever he's planning to take you to a party or y'all spend a break, bring toast in together, something, and instead he's by himself. I would have broke up with your ass too. Just like so insensitive and selfish and shit, just uncouth and just rude. You did this to yourself, so leave him alone. Question number 13, female 18 to 21 from Clarksville, Tennessee. Summary of issue. Oh no, Dad, my friends don't like my boyfriend. My boyfriend and I, both 19, have been together for a few months. We go to the same college and met a bit before. I want to start off by stating he has never hurt me or tried to control me. He has always been good to me, but recently, over winter break, he came to my house for a party. At the party, I saw him act completely different. He was trying to control the games. He was getting too competitive. Wow. And cursing a lot. Wow. It felt really awkward. I went upstairs to catch my breath and texted my little sister to come up. She did with a friend and we had a conversation. My friend was worried that he would hurt me because of the way he was acting and wanted us to break up. My sister said to talk to him. I tried to avoid him and then found out another friend didn't like him either. After the party, I had a conversation with my parents. My dad's basically said to talk to him because he's an only child with money. He has social anxiety that makes him talk and try to control his situation, and there are bad situations he had with a parent. I talked to my boyfriend. He basically confirmed what my dad said. My boyfriend was also willing to put in an effort to change or at least find ways to improve his behavior. I can tell he's trying already. He's not cursing around my family. The thing is that I'm not sure I can get over this. What if my friends continue to not like him? I'll choose them over any guy, but what if it happens again? I'm just not sure if I should end the relationship if he's is willing to put in the work to change for me. He makes me so happy and my family still likes him. They understand his behavior, but I don't think I can stay with him if my friends don't like him. What should I do? I would have dumped his ass on the spot. The main thing that you don't do is get with somebody expecting them to change. When you get with somebody, that's who they are. That's how they are. The fact that he felt comfortable coming in the door, cussing and trying to control people and all that kind of stuff, with people he didn't know and just met that first time, at the party like that. But that's how he chose to conduct himself. That's a wrap. For me, that's a wrap. Now you coming behind saying, well, I don't like it and I need you to change. Well, yeah, he can put up a smoke screen. He can pretend to be something that he's not. He can hold it in. But is that who he really is? No. And I'm really not feeling your dad either, telling you with all these excuses. What the fuck are you, Florence Nightingale? Are you going to be like walking around like with Nurse Ratched or something? Fixing these broken winged patients? You're not a doctor, okay? It's not your job to fix him or understand his mental illness and his whatever traumas that he's dealt with. That's for a shrink to do. That's not your job, okay? So what I would tell you, if you were my daughter and my husband said some shit like that, I would have busted him upside the head with something. So don't be telling my daughter to be dealing with some fool. She deserves to have a relationship with somebody who's mentally and emotionally healthy, like she is. She's not here to carry around somebody on her back like that. So you break up with him. That's what I'm going to tell you right now. He's shown you who he is and what he is. You're not really feeling it. Your friends can't stand him and your parents are stupid. So break up with him and find somebody else. Acting a zip damn fool like that. I wish I would bring somebody around who acted like that around my friends and family. Oh my God. You'll probably be on the news when my relatives beat his ass. Question number 14, female, 28 to 34, Pembroke Pines, Florida. Summary of issue. My ex texted me years after I broke up with him for cheating on me, and he has a girlfriend of more than 2 years. Okay, so he has a girlfriend that he's had for 2 years, and then he texted you? And you broke with him because he cheated on you. Okay, my ex, who I broke up with 2.5 years ago, has sent me a few messages the past couple of months and has even unsent the last messages he sent me. One message was a photo and text about a personalized gift I gave him that he randomly came across, and more recently, a happy holidays message. I never responded to his text and I have no interest in ever getting back together. He has a serious girlfriend of 2.5 years, so why would he reach out to me now? What is this all about? It's all about you not blocking him. That's what it's about. He's testing to see if you still accept his messages, if there's any opportunities for some extracurricular booty. That's what he was texting you for. But see, you girls kill me with this. He cheated. Why is he still able to access you? Why is he still able to call you, text you, email you, anything? Why did you not cut all ties with him and block all access to you after he totally disrespected you in your relationship like that? Why would you keep that avenue open? What is it that you were hoping was going to happen there? I don't get you guys. You let some man cheat on me. I would wholly like blow a hole in the earth to make sure that he never talked to me again. Never saw me, never talked to none of my relatives, nothing. He's going to cease to exist in my world. He's dead to me. So, you ain't calling me, you ain't texting me, you ain't get to on the email, fax, phone, nothing. I'm blocking you on all avenues. Every social media account, well, I don't really have them on that anyway, but there's no way you're going to reach out to me. You've lost that privilege. And when you guys keep the avenues like this, where they can come back years later and you haven't blocked them, that means you wanted to hear from him. So don't waste my time with this bullshit ass letter like this. You left it open so he could call you just so you could have some shit to talk about. Silly. Question number 15, male, 28 to 34 from Newport News, Virginia. Summary of issue, I'm confused about a woman I've been dating for 3 months. So let me start on how I met this chick. Yes, not from the best places. It was a hookup site. We've talked for weeks before we met in person. However, we met, there was a spark and I enjoyed talking and we had lots of eye contact. I left after a couple of hours. However, nothing happened. I just could not get over how nice she was. And so I told her that I would love to meet her again and take her out for a coffee. Trying to make a coffee date on a second date. That's interesting. This was 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks after we first met, and we had a very good open conversation where we just chilled and kissed a lot. I told her then that I really like her and I want to get to know her and was not just follow the normal hookup site route. She was vocal too and said she really likes me too and was very nervous to see me again as she felt a connection. So, okay, is it me? What's the question here? What is the question? Hold on, let me go back to the front part. Maybe you confused? You've been dealing with her for 3 months like this? Okay, I don't know what your question is. You just like dropped off in the middle of nothing and I don't know what your question is, sir. It's like would you go to sleep when you were typing a letter or something? It's like, I don't know what you want me to say. So you don't want it to be a normal hookup site stuff and you want it to be more. And she was nervous about seeing you again, but she also felt a connection. And then that's it. So what did you guys do? I mean, I don't know. I can't really answer this because there's no really question. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's what he wrote. And it's like, no, it's nothing that's tying it all up and summing it up and then asking a question. So let's move on. Question number 16, female, 22 to 27. She's Black, a Taurus from North Carolina. The male is a 50 to 56, and he's Black, and he's also a Taurus. Oh, my God, 2 Tauruses. Summary of issue, should I go limited contact with my dad? I am questioning my relationship with my father. I'm putting boundaries in place, and I'm pushing him away. He taught me to assume my worth was based on what I can offer a man. He mansplains what the ideal woman or wife is. I was packing his lunches every day. I wanted his validation. Watching your videos was a wake-up call. Saying I like showing you off. There's been life where we ended up having a conversation about the things I liked intimately. Wait, what? With your father? I was an adult but didn't realize the family members I was with were pushing boundaries. As adults, we joked about and sent videos that were eggplanty in nature. We would cuddle in bed together. Wait, what? I started saying no and ended the conversation. I remember him telling me that he wished he could take me to prom. When in public, he would hold my hand, put his arm around me, and wouldn't let me go when I tried to break away. I don't allow people to hug or kiss me, not even my parents. I wasn't allowed to have friends, so my parents always took me out. He would post photos of me and then show me the comments, would tell me my sister's marital problems. My mom gave me a talk last year that fathers can be attracted to daughters, and it was weird. He laughed when I told him a guy groped me, and I nervously laughed. He says he cares, but my whole life, whenever I said someone makes me uncomfortable, their concerns go unheard, and he gaslights me. I'm wondering if I need to limit contact with dad. Girl, you should have been done that. How old are you again? 22 to 27? Oh, honey. Soon as you turned 18 or moved out the house or whatever you did to get away from him, all contact with this pervert should have stopped. I'm glad you realized that his behavior was inappropriate. I'm glad your mother gave you that talk so to let you know that what was going on was wrong, but she should have been more vocal about it, and she should have been running some serious interference as soon as he started that stuff. I'm telling you, I would have taken something. I'm really good picking up blunt objects and clocking folks. I clock folks. I just love to do that. I've clocked my brother. My oldest brother clocked him several times in the head for doing stuff that I didn't like. One time he was holding, okay, they used to have these things that was like turkey. There's like these metal little things and you stick them in the turkeys and then they would lace up. It had like a little L shape and it was long. And he had this thing, he had heated up on our gas stove and then he held it like right here, right? I was washing dishes. Why was he, to this day, I don't understand what he was thinking. So he's holding, I didn't know he was, when he had this thing. And then he called my name, right? I'm washing it just like this. I turned this way and that burning red metal hit my cheek. So it fucked my face up. My parents had to take me to the emergency room and everything. My father tried to kill him. I mean, I felt sorry for him because my father beat him his ass so bad. But my face was fucked up, I mean, it healed, there's no scar or anything, but probably because I got it, my mother rushed me to the emergency room and got it treated right away. But I'm telling you, what? Why did you do that? And to this day, he don't even know why he did it. Just stupid. Yeah, girl, I'm telling you, this really happened. It's my oldest brother. He's just weird. But that's the one I told you that if my father hadn't put his foot in his ass, he would have been in San Quentin because he just, like, he get about 14 and he just lost his mind real quick. For a couple of years, he was just weird. We just didn't know what happened to him. But yeah, your father is out there. And for your safety, you should never be alone with him. And you should cut all ties with him. If you want to see your mother, meet her out in public and y'all, just associate that way. But don't do anything with him. If you have children, don't ever bring them around that man. Ever. Especially a little girl. And since that kind of stuff tends to run in families, if he's got any brothers, so you got uncles, they're going to be the same way. Yeah, it was on my cheek. It was like right here. About maybe, how old was that thing? Was about, I don't know, how long was that? About 3 inches or so? It was horrible. It was all blistered and shit. It was awful. Yeah, but see, the mother knew what was going on because that's why she gave her a talk. The mother, but she's the kind that's not brave enough to confront the man. She's going to tell her daughter, to give her some clues to help protect her, but she's a kid. So how's she supposed to protect herself against her own father? That's your job as the mother, to protect your daughter from her father if he's weird like this. Interesting. Okay, question 17. This is a female in the 18 to 21 age group. She's Indian from Montreal, Canada. The male in question is 22 to 27, and he's white. Summary of issue. My boyfriend still keeps nudes of other girls he has been with. Really? Yep. No, she said cuddling giggles. She said they lay in a bed and cuddle. Summary of issue. Okay, I need some advice, please. I'm 20 and my boyfriend is 24. I found something disturbing on his tablet. Some background, my boyfriend has told me that since he's older than me and he has a very different cultural background, he's Dutch, that he has been with many people. I understand that. He's kind and understanding most of the time and loves me, and he thinks he's dating up. But just a few hours ago, I saw something I didn't really like, and I don't know how to bring it up to him. He knows something is bothering me, but I don't know how to talk to him about it. So a few hours ago, he had me his tablet, she must mean handed me his tablet to look at pictures of his drawings on the Google Pictures app. I was scrolling down when suddenly I see a nude woman picture and then realized that this was one of many. Turns out they were all nudes of girls that he had dated. I felt sick. I still feel sick. Why would he hold on to them? Why doesn't he delete them? He keeps telling me that I'm the only one and that all his past relationships have been bad for him. It hurts me to know and see, sadly, that he still has these types of pictures of other girls that he's been with. Now, I know you might say that seeing these pictures was a breach of his privacy, but my eyes just fell onto the pictures when they all of a sudden popped onto the screen. This is my first long term relationship, and I don't know how to properly talk things out. He is the jealous type. So, how do you suggest I tell him that having news of his past girlfriends hurts me? And moreover, how do I tell him that I know that he has them? Why would you do that? Why would you expose the information? See, this is something, sometimes when information falls into your hands, you're not supposed to do anything with it right then. You just make a mental note because they're all exes, right? They're not around no more. So what you tripping for? The main thing is, what's the difference between those pictures and some he could just find online somewhere on any kind of popcorn site? They still nude women. So why are you tripping? See, maybe it's just me. I don't trip on stuff like that. I don't care what they look like, what they look at. It's that irrelevant. It's not gonna be me because I don't do stuff like that. So you want to see some booty, you definitely gonna have to look at somebody else's because it's not gonna be mine. Not on no screen. That's not gonna happen. So you getting hurt about that is kind of a stretch. People have had a life before you came along. That's the problem when you get these little girls who are V's. They never had any experience with men. So they have this like fairy tale pie in the sky kind of attitude about it. And they think, oh my God, love, everything is love. And I'm his only love and nothing has ever happened to him. No one's ever touched him before me. And, it's the same with dudes. It's their first time. They get real possessive and kind of crazy about it. But girl, let me just tell you this. Don't be tripping about no pictures. Okay? Don't do that. Don't waste your energy. Don't waste your time. Because whether it's them, whether it's Penthouse, whether it's Hustler, whether it's a popcorn site, whether it's, a nude beach, he's going to be looking at the bodies of other people. That's just the way it is. So you're going to get upset and feeling sick about that every time. You just going to live your life in a sanitarium some damn where because you're going to be sick all the time. Stop it. Get your mind right. If you can't handle this kind of stuff, then you're not mature enough to be in a relationship with not somebody who's obviously as busy as this dude is. If you had a problem with that, you should have got you somebody who was a V like you in your same culture. And then you might have a different outlook on this. But you're gonna go and get somebody who's from a whole culture, and then try to be upset about him when he act like a hoe. What you want me to do? Please, yeah, girl, all of them. That's what I'm saying. It's just I don't understand it. But like I said, maybe it's just me. I don't think about that kind of stuff. I don't get jealous. I definitely about my respect though. You're not gonna disrespect me. But as far as like looking at pictures and having, mementos and cards and stuff like that from exes and gifts they gave you and stuff, I don't care about that kind of stuff. I have my own collection. And we'll pull it out and look at it all kind of ways. He might have wanted her to see him, but even if she did, so what? Let's see, I'm the kind of like look and say like, well, you really came up when you got with me looking at this trash here. Look at her booty so flat. I would have said some shit like that. What you went some, I can see why she an ex. I would say stuff like that, just being catty. Question number 18. This is a female in the 22 to 27 age group from London. The male's 28 to 34. Summary of issue. My brother attacked our mother. And he's still living? My brother has a history of mental illness. He was admitted to a mental ward several times and diagnosed with schizophrenia. although we have since all thought he has autism, which led to psychotic episodes. In other words, your brother's batshit crazy. In recent years, he became abusive, especially to my mother. If you disagree with anything he says, he'll berate you into saying he's right. And even if you do agree, he'll still find something to argue with you about. Every Christmas, we try to make sure that there's a group of people around him so no one gets stuck alone with him. But this year, he took offense to the fire being too hot just after my other brother had gone and shoved my mother before storming out to stay at the B&B around the corner. I begged her to come stay at mine, which is 20 minutes of drive away, but she stayed in and turned all the lights off, telling them that she had gone to mine. He messaged us both abusively all night, then went around to her house in the morning and pushed her to the floor and hit her 10 to 15 times. She rung me saying she would call the police. Then he turned up again crying, but also saying that she made him do it and he got a neighbor over. With the neighbor there, he didn't return. Then me and my partner got there and I stayed with her whilst she rung the police. They came to see her that evening and my brother had been told that he can't contact her for now or he'll be arrested. He has messaged me saying that he was ill and drunk but sounded remorseful. I have not rung him back. I am now constantly worried about my mother and checking in on her lots. She says she's willing to prosecute him, which I agree with. It's very hard emotionally to deal with it all, as it is for my mom, as I feel both scared and sad for him that he needs help. We told the doctors he was threatening us and they did nothing. I will feel better once they admit him to a hospital, but nothing has happened so far. I should also mention I had another brother who passed away 10 years ago, so this is especially hard on my mother and me because we want to help my older brother like we couldn't help the one who went. Sorry for the long blurt, but I've been thinking I need to write all this down to help my anxiety which has reached new heights. Any suggestions on how to handle this? Well, you call the police, you file a police report. You filed that one. What about when he hit her the first time when he left to go to the B&B before he came back? That would be another report. The ideal thing would be hopefully they'll press charges and go to court and, have him arrested for assault and prosecute him and put him in jail. That's what he needs. He also needs some mental health treatment. The fact that he can't contact the mother and can't be there is good. That's not going to stop him from coming, though. Does your mother have any kind of self-defense things there? Guns? I don't know what they let you have in the UK. A vicious dog that would rip his throat out. Something. She needs something. You and your husband gonna stay with her? Or you gonna bring her to your house? What you gonna do? Just leaving her there by herself is just waiting for a disaster to happen. How is she, as a mature lady, gonna fend off some young, strong, psychotic man by herself? Y'all need to do something here. You can't be writing me. You need to put a plan in action. Contact the police, contact social services, do something. I don't know what they have in London, but you need to do something and figure out, whatever resources are available that can help her and get her some alarm system in her house. I mean, what? Do something. Okay? Do something to protect your mother. There's no way that this would happen. I wouldn't care if I had to go and collect cans on the street. I would get her some kind of self-defense and definitely an alarm system in her house. So when he broke in, it would instantly call the police. So, no matter what happened, they would already be on their way. Even she couldn't make it to a phone. That's what she needs. They do? Okay, so this person, DJ says that the UK has nationalized health care, including mental health care. So that means that there's no reason why your brother's not getting treated other than the fact that he don't want to be. Thanks, DJ. I did not know that. I'll keep that in mind for future letters. Yeah, extra security lock. So check in the chat over here because they're making a lot of good suggestions for things that you guys could put in your mom's house. But I like alarm systems of kinds. As soon as that alarm is triggered, the police are called and they come and they, guns drawn and they start looking to see what's going on, especially in a situation where they can look and see that there's an issue at that address with that boy and your mama. So they're going to come with their guns out ready to pop a cap in somebody's ass. Hopefully that would be your brother Because, I mean, quiet as it kept, I'm like, sometimes the best ending to a drama is when the drama starter is ended. And I know you don't want to feel like you need to bury your brother, but Kanye shrug. You're gonna start pushing old ladies and shit. Then that's just what's gonna happen to you. Question 19, female 22 to 27 from Renton, Washington. I don't know. Probably not. I mean, look at what happened. We know, Candy, you know about it much of it. She didn't say anything about a Ring doorbell. I'm just saying these are all things. I mean, she can look in here and see what the suggestions that you guys make. And so hopefully, they have the money to institute some of those precautionary measures. So this is 19, female 22 to 27 from Renton, Washington. Summary of issue. My adult boyfriend complains about problems that he causes himself, and I'm tired of listening to it. What do I say? Oh, you want the dead version or the politically correct version? She says, I know it sounds horrible, but I hate listening to him complain about anything that happens in his life. I'm 25 and he is 28. When we first started dating, I was practically his therapist. I took everything he said very seriously and tried to help solve his problems all the time. I now realize that I am a fool. Yes, Hunty. As time has gone on, I understand that 90% of his problems are caused by him and his lack of emotional control. For example, he bought his grandmother a $100 Christmas gift around the time he was supposed to help her out with a $250 bill. He knew he was supposed to help her. When she asked for the money, he told her that he was low because of her Christmas gift and couldn't pay it. He has $13,000 saved in his bank account. He also only bought himself and her gifts, so it's not that he was out of money. She got upset with him. I agreed with her. I rolled my eyes as he told the story. I muted myself because I was laughing so hard. I tried being understanding, but I just can't. He tried to manipulate her. He tried to manipulate me. All of his stories are like this. He is usually the wrong or irresponsible one. If I tell him this, he would tell me that I'm not in his corner. What do I do? Cuss him out. That's my answer to everything. He come whining to you about that. Say, motherfucker, wasn't you supposed to give her $250 to help pay her bill? That's what she needs. She don't need no $100 Christmas gift. Take that shit back and give her the money. If the granny could take it back and get the money herself. Say, you fucked over your grandmother. You promised her and then you didn't do it. So what you want? You want sympathy? I'm not going to give you no sympathy. You're stupid. You made a promise. Motherfucker, go get that woman that money out that 13 grand you got. That's what I would have told him. So, I mean, it's nice that you writing me in and talking about him and stuff and laughing on the phone and putting him on mute and all this old silly shit you're doing. But the bottom line is when he starts this stuff, you're supposed to shut it down. You don't entertain it. You don't listen to it. You check him and then you tell him to go do what he's supposed to be doing. And then after he's done it, to contact you. And if he's not going to do it, then to never call you again because you don't like men who make promises and don't follow through. Click. I don't understand why that's hard. What's the problem here? What did you think I was going to say? You dealing with some kind of bullshit fool. And then you think I have something to say about it? Girl, this is completely within your control to tolerate this or not. Question number 20. Female in the 20 to 34 age group. She's white from Charleston, South Carolina. The male in question is 35 to 41. Oh, my nose. I'm going to blow my nose so bad. Summary of issue. Boyfriend of a year, 37 male, confessed to me, I'm 34, that he was seeing somebody else for the first 3 months of our relationship. I'm not sure if our relationship is salvageable. So you've been together for a year and for 3 months he was seeing somebody. Okay. I've been dating P seriously for over a year. We met on a dating app. About a month after we met, P told me that he wanted to be in a relationship with me. Around this time, he is also when he first started telling me that he loved me. Shortly afterward, he introduced me to his family and his close friends from college who don't live nearby. Things have been mostly going well, though we live an hour apart, so the distance is sometimes hard. There have been talks about moving in together, marriage, general future plans, etc. But last night, P called me and he sounded very serious, so I knew immediately that something was wrong. P got straight to the point. He tells me that when we first started dating more than a year ago, he met another woman also on a dating app. Unbeknownst to me, he was dating her with what sounds like as much frequency as me. He continued to regularly see her for another 3 months. He claims that he knows it was wrong, but that is Not that big of a deal because it happened. We were first going out. Yet this was the same period he was pushing to start calling me his girlfriend and was introducing me to the important people in his life. He says that in the grand scheme of things, 20, 30 years down the road, that this will be insignificant. He also says that he had been striking out so much on dating apps for so long and that he wasn't sure if he and I were going to make it, which is why he kept it going for as long as he did. As for how serious they were in a physical relationship and regularly stayed over at one another's house. He finally cut it off when she asked him to go on a trip with him and some friends. I don't think she ever knew about me. This is a lost cause, right? He has other good qualities that I thought would be good to have in a partner, but this seems like too much to get over. Am I making too big of a deal out of this or should I run? Let me repeat. You ain't married. You're not married. Just like he was still dealing with somebody else, you could have too. And the main thing is, okay, so you was dealing with him for 3 or 4 months and stuff, and he's asked you to be his girlfriend. Well, why did you say yes? Well, you didn't really know him enough yet to make that kind of commitment. So he asked, you supposed to say, no, I don't know you well enough. I'm not willing to make that kind of commitment to you yet. I still want to see other people and make a determination if you're the right man for me. That's how you're supposed to handle that. Remember my video, A Pair and a Spare? You date 2 men or 3 men at the same time. 2 men is your pair, plus an extra one that you kind of rotate in there, here and there. Pair and a spare. Had you followed that advice, you wouldn't have been tripping about him talking about, well, let's be boyfriend and girlfriend. You would have said, no. No, it's too soon for that. Let's see how we are in a few months. See, then you would have been in control of yourself and your emotions and the whole situation. But that's not what you did. So you was all happy because he said, oh, I want you to be my girlfriend. Oh my God. Yes, yes, yes. Like y'all getting proposed to. Being a girlfriend is not, it ain't shit. I swear I would not want some dude telling me be my girlfriend. I would have told him to kiss my ass. I'm not trying to be nobody's fucking girlfriend. You tripping. I will see you when I see you. And then I'm going to see other people when I'm not seeing you. That's just how it's going to be. You don't like it, I don't know what to tell you because I'm not trying to get married and I'm not trying to be like in a relationship with nobody. I'm going to go do what I want to do. And that's just the way that it is. You don't like it? Plenty more where you came from. So, to me, this is something that I arrived at when I got about 30. There's nothing in it. There's no benefit to a woman to be a, quote, girlfriend. There's no benefit. I mean, I just looked around at all the women that were in these relationships, and just proud of the fact that they was a quote, but that's my, I'm his girlfriend. I'm his baby mama, this kind of stuff here. But the dude is just living a single life. He doing everything he want to do. Or he definitely wasn't marrying them, but they living with him, having kids, paying bills, helping buy houses, buying dogs, buying cars, buying whatever. And just investing all this time, energy, and money into a situation where they were not legally protected as husband and wife. Not saying that that's any better, but I'm just saying it provides legal protections for you and your children, that being a baby mama and being single, shacking up does not. So to me, it's like, if I'm not getting any real, protection from it, why I need to give you that kind of commitment? Where's that good for me? And so that's the point where I stopped, do stay up, let's be boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm like, no, I want to call you my lady. Well, you could call me that, but then I don't think you don't gonna call you. You gonna call me, I'm gonna be out with somebody else. And that's when I stopped doing that. I stopped, I don't know. I mean, when you're a teenager, having a boyfriend is like a big deal. And like, so after my husband died, it's like, I kind of, looked at everybody and I was like, ew. What is this? Who thought this was a good idea? Who promoted this to women? And I stopped, and I have not had a, quote, boyfriend since. I'll kick it with somebody for a few months, this and there. But they already know. Don't be surprised if you come over here and somebody else sitting on my couch, because I ain't your woman. You don't own me. I don't own you. You do what the fuck you want to do. And that's just how that, and I know that's I've been chastised about this by not only my own relatives, but, women and men too, because they're used to women wanting a commitment. wanting a title, wanting a framework to have the relationship. And then they meet me, and I don't want none of that. I'm not trying to be tied to you in no way, shape, or form. I don't want you. No. I mean, when I see you, it's great. We'll have a good time. We'll, whatever. But after that, it's like, boop, you out, and next. Who's next? We go together. Yeah, it's the same thing. That's my man, that's my woman, all that old shit. I don't know. I just haven't done that. And I just really see no benefit to it. I mean, look at you. I mean, just be realistic. Look at what's going on in this column every week. These are, quote, committed boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. Do you see any benefit to this shit for any of these women for the last, how many years we've been doing this column, Shay? Since like 2015 or something. I mean, Shay wasn't the moderator at first. She used to just come and throw up the X's, and it was hilarious. And then she became a moderator later. But I mean, she, I don't know, 2015 or something, 14, something, a long time ago. And so we've been doing this, show like every week. And it's the same shit every single time with these boyfriends and these boyfriends. I just really don't understand why women are so focused on this title and stuff. It don't do nothing. It's nothing. It doesn't mean anything. Shit, wife hair only half means something these days. So I don't know. I just don't get it. But I think, when you first got with him and he was dealing with somebody else, that's what he's supposed to be doing. The first 90 days of you feeling each other out. So I don't think he did anything wrong, and you should have been doing the same thing. You the one making a mistake, investing too early before you really knew what you were even investing in. So that's my answer to you. That's why I told you that long story, so you could understand my perspective and why I gave you the answer I gave you and what's behind it. I really don't see the benefit to women of saying that somebody's a boyfriend, moving in with them, having kids with them, buying shit with them, doing all this stuff. I just don't understand the benefit of that. You got the money to put a down payment and buy something, buy it for yourself. If you want to live, you need a roommate, then get you a couple of women that you're a close friend or something. Y'all live together. You want to buy some property, you can just buy it, like, y'all want to invest together and buy a duplex or something, then do that. 3-unit apartment building, something like, do that. A 3 or 4 bedroom townhouse. If each one of you have 2 bedrooms, an office and a bedroom, or a guest room and a bedroom, do that. Do that. It makes it easier on you. But I just don't understand why you would do that and make it so convenient for some man to get all the resources that you have, and he's not your husband. So let's move on. Question 21. We got 23 questions today. If you want to send in your advice question, look in the show description down below, and there'll be a link that says, submit your advice question here. Or you can navigate over to Debsterism.com. Click the link on the advice tab and fill out the form and press send. And get your question in for consideration for an upcoming show. So let's move on. Okay, 21, female, 22 to 27. She's white, from Coventry, England. The male in question is 28 to 34 age group. Summary of issue. My husband complains that I watch movies on my phone when I'm watching our baby. I'm watching my 1-year-old full time, and sometimes I like to watch a video on my phone or scroll Facebook. My husband gets mad at me, saying I need to pay attention to our child. I consider this my me time when I'm on my phone while my toddler is playing. My husband, on the other hand, spends little time with our toddler. He goes to work and then spends about 4 hours in his man cave garage after work before coming into the house. How do I get him to see that I need time for myself too, and that comes in the way of watching something on my phone? He makes me feel like a bad parent when I feel like I do everything. I'm lucky to shower twice a week, so I feel like he needs to back off about my phone. You could shower you put the baby in the crib or the playpen or something, and then take your shower. What are you doing? You need to have a place where your child can be protected and safe. You put the kid in there and you go take your shower, then you come out and the kid's still there. There's no excuse for that. Be walking around funky. And then, he goes to work and he spends 4 hours in his cave and he's not playing with the babies. Well, you keep track of the hours that you had to be. And then when he complains like that, you say, okay, well, how much time have you spent with the baby this week? Let's talk about that. So until you spend an equal amount of time that I do, shut the fuck up. Don't you say shit to me about what I do. You spend 4 hours every day in your man cave. I can't watch a 90-minute movie. Fuck you. That's what he would get from me. But see, if you don't say stuff like that to him, so he's sitting up there with the Pikachu face, like, oh my God, I can't believe she said it to me. Then he's going to continue this kind of, this kind of nonsense right here. Y'all need to be me time watching a movie. Yeah, my me time is like, okay, I'll go somewhere. I might be sitting in my car waiting for somebody or waiting for whatever. I'm going to pull up one of my Korean dramas on Viki and be watching that. This shit is hilarious. They make the greatest dramas. Or I watch Hulu or Netflix. Yes, I do. That's me time because I'm watching what I want to watch. You don't have nobody else telling you, well, I don't want to see that. I want to see this. Some shoot 'em up, bang, bang, car wrecking movie. I don't want to see all that. I want to see something with some romance and laughter or comedy or something. That's me. That's what's me time. So let's move on. Question 22 of 23. This is a young man in the 22 to 27 age group from Eugene, Oregon. Summary of issue: my roommate is letting his girlfriend live with us in our already small space rent-free. Well, why are you letting him get away with that? Okay, let's see this kind of milquetoast dude you are. Me, my cousin, and my friend, all of us are 26, are renting a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. My cousin rents a room with his own bathroom on the other side of the house, while my friend and I live in 2 small rooms and share a bathroom. Everything has been fine until about 2 months ago when my friend's girlfriend started spending every day and night in his room with him. This has been a problem as our walls are very thin and our rooms are right next to each other. I frequently hear them being really loud throughout the night when I'm trying to sleep, and it's been driving me insane hearing them whenever I'm home. He didn't attempt to have any sort of conversation with me about letting the girl share a bathroom with us. Rather, all her stuff was just in our bathroom one day. I don't think I can keep my sanity for the rest of the year without something changing. How might I address this problem? You go directly to the landlord and you tell him that this dude has moved someone in illegally, that this person is using, because, usually in a situation like this, right, the landlord's the one paying the water bill. With another person in the house, the water bill usage has gone up, especially if she's the kind of chick that want to wash her hair and shave her legs and do all the stuff with the water running. So the water bill is probably doubled for dudes who don't really, you know what I mean? She's running the water bill up. So the landlord would need to know that. So the landlord could either make him pay extra and make her get on the lease, which he probably won't do, or he can make them move out. But you need to let the landlord know what's going on and that tell him that you want this girl out of the house and that she's moved all her stuff in. What I would also do is I would get a little bucket. You can go to the dollar store. They got them little trays, little garden things. Put all her shit in it and sit it in his room and say, when you use the bathroom, you bring it in. And then when you leave, you take it with you. You don't live here. So your shit don't need to be clogging up the bathroom. I don't want to go in the bathroom and see your shit everywhere. Take your shit with you when you leave. You don't live here, bitch. Take your shit with you. That's what I would do. And they're $1.50 or something like that. I mean, it's not a lot of money, but your point will be made. This is what you bring. You carry it in there with you and you take it when you leave. All your shit is in it. That's what I would do. But the main thing I would do is immediately notify the landlord that there's a legal tenant in the place and that you don't want this person in the unit anymore, and that person is creating noise and driving up the driving the expenses and all this kind of stuff here. Hold on a second, y'all. Where's this little thing here? Here it is. I'm making a clip of my of the poll. So it looks like 97% of the people with 100 votes said that we should have a girl talk on Friday night. So I guess that's what we're going to do. Okay. Save this. Yes. Save. Okay. I'm going to put it up on the community wall. All right. So Friday night, we're going to be here for the girl chat. All right. So let me see. This is our last question of the night. I actually made it. I wasn't sure I was going to make it. Whew. Male, 22 to 27. He's mixed race from Alexandria, Virginia. Summary of the issue: I'm selling a house that I rent to my sister. Ooh. I'm more successful than my family and I've helped them with lower than market rent for 5 years. I want to sell the house that they live in and they are furious. Okay, so here's one of them they letters. Of course, it could be more than one person though. They want me to hold on to the house for 6 more months and hopefully buy it, but I'm really fed up. This family member married a felon. Oh, got 2 pit bulls, even though I expressed that I wanted to sell the house and it'd be difficult to rent it to anywhere else with some pits. Refuses to get a job that makes more money because she's comfortable and fights with the neighbors about everything. I am tired of subsidizing their poor decisions and ready to move on with my life. Do you think I am enabling this person to make poor decisions? Is it wrong that I'm tired of helping my family member with money when they struggle? And I'm fairly comfortable financially and I'm in the upper middle class. All gravy trains must come to a screeching halt at some point. I mean, you talking about a relative and some, people do fall on hard times. I'm not saying they don't. And it's great when you have somebody that's got your back. So for that, I applaud you. However, what you have to look for is somebody who's, you step in when they're really struggling. They're supposed to be using that as a foundation to spring back up and get back on their feet. If you see somebody who's just dawdling and just comfortable in, with you helping them and doing stuff that, okay, you don't have no money. What you doing buying $2? Where you get the money to buy 2 pit bulls? Those are expensive. And then the vet bills and food and stuff and dog gear, that's not cheap. And so, and then she gonna marry a felon and have this dude all up in your house. Oh hell no, y'all got to get out. So yeah, you're enabling to a point because what you should have done is put a limit on it. You said 5 years. You should have said, okay, I'm gonna let you guys have below market rent for, I don't know, 2 years. Then it's going up to market rate, and then either you're gonna pay it or you're gonna get out. Something like that. So you would give them like a time to get back on their feet, but not like a blank check, which is what you did. That's the mistake that you made. So yeah, you can always evict them using the I'm going to sell the house as an excuse, which is a valid excuse in any municipality. Then go in, change the carpet, paint the walls, because dogs do damage to property and people do too. Do whatever you're going to do, painting, new carpet, new tile, whatever. And then, fix grout and all that, that kind of stuff. And then sell the house. Okay. And but they'll already be out. But then again, you might, by the time they get out, you might decide you don't want to sell it, just rent to some different tenants and be okay with that too. So 97% of you guys responding, 100 people, said that we would have a girl talk on Friday night. So that'd be all right. I should be okay to be able to do that. Since I made it tonight, I wasn't real sure I was going to be able to handle it. But I did. I just want to cough so bad, though. I've just been holding it in. Oh, this is terrible. Yes, honey, gravy train got to go. But yeah, so we're gonna be here then at 6 o'clock. So you guys, if you have like a particular topic that you want to talk about, just hold it, and we can talk about it on Friday. Questions that you want to ask, and of course we're gonna be doing the donation thing. You want to submit a little change with your question or whatever. We happily accept that. I haven't done any shows in it's been like 2 weeks, huh? Because I haven't been, first I didn't do one, and then car accident, and then I just haven't felt right. So anyway, let me see what we got. Let me see what's next here. Yeah, I don't have any Sunday sermon or anything like that scheduled. I'm looking at my schedule here. Yeah, nothing like that. So we're good to go. So you guys, thank you for coming. And I'll see you guys on Friday night. Be here at 6 o'clock Pacific time. That's 9 if you're on the East Coast. Bring your drinky drink because we get loose and we get comfortable on these Friday night girl talks. So I'll see you then. Bye-bye.